Can everyone hear me?
Yes.
Good. Well, just give it a minute or so. Sorry, I didn't set up the Zoom password. Minute. I've been doing a lot of Zooms today and it's been changing all day long.
Mm,
Is it all still beautiful where you all are?
definitely.
Absolutely gorgeous. Oh,
Good
Hmm.
morning.
Lovely
Good
here.
afternoon, even.
hello there. Sorry about the password. I'm afraid I was just a bit slow on putting it in. I've been changing it nearly every hour. I've been doing Zooms. Right, it's 16:31. Oh, I just realised it's recording already, isn't it? Because I've got this.
Hmm.
Okay, so we've got this. I'll have to see if I can taper it. Hello, everyone. I'm Lisa Ware. I'm a senior group leader on this glorious day in March, and it's beautiful out there, and it does make you feel good. So today, I thought we'd talk about something that I get the distinct impression from a lot of people that they're quite confused and they're not quite sure what they should be doing, even though they've had training. Although some people don't go on any trainings, they don't repeat it, even though we say all that stuff. But they're still like, this is complex. And what it does, they become like bunnies in the headlights and they do nothing. They just go, I can't do it. All right. So I want to try and simplify this. And hopefully you're going to forgive me because I am going to take off the top man in the company, Mr. Steve Critchley, NNL 5 star. I would say this man knows a thing or two about how to do this business. Okay. Are you all aware? I think he's only just got over 50 customers. Yeah. But he learned that it was about the main objective, and this might be worth writing down. The main objective is to empower a large group of people to consistently repeat a few simple steps over a sustained period of time. You might have heard him say that, all right? And it's true. If it's difficult, people won't do it. True? If they think it's complex, they won't do it. If they think they're going to have to learn loads and loads of things, they won't do it. It's got to be simple. And in fact, I think I've heard Critch say in the past that they're trying to get this that an 8-year-old could do it. So, if an 8-year-old could do it, can we do it? We should be able to. All right. So, I think that's pretty important. So, what you need to do is consistently ask yourself some things. Number one, can this be done by someone else? Yeah. Number two, can it be done by somebody that's 200 miles away? Number three, can it be done by the majority? And number four, can it be done in depth? What we're on about is like I've got one leg that's got 24 levels deep. So it's got to be duplicatable, hasn't it? Yeah, in order for that. Remember, what works is irrelevant, totally irrelevant. What counts is what duplicates. Can you remember that all the time? What counts is what duplicates. If you are making this complex, no one's going to join you. No one's going to follow you. No one's going to do anything. So I think the number one principle here is, excuse me, it's not being sarcastic. You've got to kind of open your mouth. You've actually got to say a few things, okay? If you spend your life at home, sat at a desk behind a computer, and you don't get out and you don't talk to people, this is going to be hard. You've got to meet people. So say to yourself, who are you looking for then? Do you think we want introverted, socially inept people? No. What we're looking for are outgoing, gregarious people that actually like being with people. Yeah, pretty important that. I'd say another important thing is you've got to have good communication. What I mean by that is you've got to be able to understand each other, comprehension. Now, this morning I did a bit of a fast start plan, and I'm going to admit I was really struggling with this person because I found myself constantly saying, could you come closer to the screen? Could you say that slowly? Yeah. Now, I know this is open to everybody, but if we want to make it a bit easier, I think we need to be able to understand people, don't you? Okay.
Friends.
Who watched the big get together at the weekend? Yeah. Bloody brilliant, wasn't it? It was good. It was about 1.5 to 2 hours of absolutely fast action packed info. And I'm now going to say something. Most of it I thought was brilliant, but there was one person that they had on there, and I was seriously struggling to understand that person. I found myself I look away into thin air and I'm going into heightened listening because I couldn't understand that person. That's not good. You've got to be able to understand them. You've got
Hey,
to
hookup.
you've got to open your mouth. All right. You've got to speak to somebody or some people. All right. So Mr. Critch has a few golden nuggets. Okay. And one of them is it's good, this, it's so easy. If you're thinking about a potential prospect customer, and he says to say this, excuse the unusual approach. Have you heard there are some people in the local area making some great savings on their utility bills? Would you like to hear the short version of how it works? How good is that? How would you like to hear the short version of how it works? Does anybody want to hear the long version? Nah. They want to know short and sweet. Really good. Really good. And then he gets their name and number, doesn't he? That's what he does. Now, hear this. He's got another one. Are you ready? This is for a potential new partner. Excuse the unusual approach. Have you heard there are some people in the local area earning an extra £400 to £600 per month part-time without it affecting their jobs? Would you like to hear the short version of how it works? How easy is that? It's not much different, is it, from the other one? Pretty good. He says, what about if you hear a bit of dissatisfaction? Does anybody ever hear anybody grumbling? Do you want to know
Huh?
how do you want to know how to
Mm.
make somebody grumble if they're not? I do this all the time, and actually it's become a bit of a naughty game, and it makes me laugh, okay? Because this can be done anywhere, right? Have you ever stood in the queue at the supermarket and I've said to someone, God, is it just me? Or does it seem that everything in the shops is going up? Oh, wow. What a saying. You won't believe how many people will join in. Do you know what? Some of them will start saying, yeah, but it's not just in the shops, you know. Oh my God, bills are going up. Do you know that they're going up on the 1st of April? Now, the idea of this is you let them rumble. Nice word for grumble. Just let them go. All right. Let them run on it. And then say to them, look, it's not really the time or the place, but do you know what? I can help you with that. Would you like some info? This is my version of Steve's. It's just that I get them rumbling, grumbling. Because if they grumble, do you know what? And you come up with a little something that could possibly be a solution. Do you think that might be good? Do you remember what Alan P says? If they say it, it's true. If they rumble and grumble
The
and
paninis might
no,
need cooking.
oh,
The paninis might need cooking.
could you please mute yourself? Because I don't want to know
Oh,
about your cooking. Thank you. um, you need to get people really kind of going. In reality, everybody puts on a veneer. We all do it. That, everything in the garden is rosy. But if you start peeling away the layers like an onion, you watch them cry. You watch how all of a sudden they start moaning that actually everything isn't good at all. So you've got to have something that's just easy to say. So do you think you could say that? Just say to someone, have you noticed how everything in the shops keeps going up? It's a statement. In fact, Big Al does this. He makes a statement and then he offers a solution. How cool is that? Yeah. So what about if you hear someone with some dissatisfaction? Yeah. You could say the same. This is what Critch says. You'll notice it's similar to what he said before. Excuse the unusual approach. I couldn't help you overhearing what you were saying. Have you heard there are some people in the local area earning an extra 400 to 600 a month part-time without it affecting their jobs? Would you like to know the short version of how it works? Have you noticed there's a theme? Is the idea of this to keep it simple? Yeah, it is. It is. So what I then do, and I've learnt to do this, and this was Wes Linden taught me this years ago. Don't give them a business card. Don't give them a flyer. Say to them, just get your phone out and go, I'll tell you what, it's not the time or place, is it now? Give me your name and number. I'm going to put, for example, Tesco's next to it because then that will remind me. And then when I get home, I'll send you some info. And I've never had anyone say, I'm not giving you my number. Never. That's what you do. Do you know what else it does? It means you don't have to spend out on flyers and business cards. All right. So, what about if we're a little bit afraid of keeping our relationships going? Anyone else got that? Now, I'm going to caveat this. I think there are some people that you never want. Okay. And I'm going to give you a big clue here. So, the first Sunday every month, to help my mum on her rehabilitation from losing dad, we take her to a quiz night at the Hamworthy Club. It's actually good fun. And the guy that does the quiz called Ashley, he's hilarious. Now, last Sunday, there was Andy Pedrick, myself, Mum, and Juan. Next door was this table with three people on it, and they call themselves Quintusarius. I mean, even the name speaks green, doesn't it? Well, I tell you what, they were green. I mean, those people that swat. I mean, they're swatting up on rubbish. And it came that they had our papers at the end and we had theirs. And she got all narked because I marked one of her answers wrong. The answer was I can't say it now. Anyway, it doesn't matter what it was. She put something else and she contested it. And I said, well, look, take it up to Ashley. Do you know what I'm thinking in my head? Oh, you sad person. In my head, I'm thinking, you're sad, you're green. Oh my God. Do you know what? I wouldn't bother with that person. Don't want it. Does that make sense? Yeah. There's some people you don't want. There's also some other people you don't want. Those where you know that if you switch them, you're probably always going to get grief. Anybody got any of those, or is it just me? Yeah, I've got one. It's called my sister. 22 and a half years, I am not signing her up. It ain't happening. I tell you what, I will never hear the end of it, ever. Okay. But other than that, there are lots of other people that you can keep the relationships with. So this is what you say. You say, as you know, I am, and you could say, for example, I don't know, I'm going to pick on Lorraine. As you know, me and my husband, we've got this window cleaning business. Yeah. And what I love about it is it gets us out and about. We meet lots of people. However, the problem is it's not consistent. Not everybody wants their windows cleaned all year. And the last year, there's been an awful lot of rain. So I've decided to do something about it. Will you help me? How cool is that? Do you think you could actually? That is such a good. So I will send this out on the WhatsApp groups, right? This little saying. He tells us he got this off GL Hannah Leaning. Anyone know GL Hannah Leaning of Skills Pays the Bills fame with Claire Hingott? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to send that out to you guys afterwards so you've got the words, because I tell you what, those are great words anytime, and they're especially good for brand new people. Okay, so now a few little facts, guys. If you don't think that we haven't got a purpose, you're wrong. This absolutely stuns me, really does. Are you aware that the average UK pension pot is £57,000? Do you know that's £2,850 a year? At a 5% return per annum. Oh my gosh, that's only £237.50 a month. What? Can you live on £237.50? How many customers, homeowners with 3 services do you have to sign up to get that a month? One. Okay. If you make it a 4-service customer, it's actually 300 quid. If it's a 4-service customer, ladies and gentlemen, just one. Do you know what else kicks in? You're going to get free energy. That's £150 credit. That's £1,800 a year. Do you not think there's a few people out there that wouldn't mind? You could say to them, this is going to beat the average pension pot. All you got to do is 1 customer a month, and you are effectively going to be earning, you've worked it out, it's 300 plus 100, £450 for a couple of hours work. Oh, come on, guys. Really? Do you not think there's a few people that wouldn't want that? And Steve's already given us those simple words, hasn't he? Guys, it doesn't matter what level we are, keep it simple. Keep it simple. Do you know what? Supposing they doubled their activity, doubled. You're talking 500 to £600, aren't you? Yeah? And at the moment, a higher activity bonus creeps in with 2. Are you aware of that? It's another 50 quid each. So that could be 300 to 350. Double it up. Oh my God, you've now got more. Plus the free energy. And do you know what? You can build up that pension pot in just 5 years that we were talking about. Wow. You know that 57,000, instead of they put in a whole lifetime to get that, you could do it in 5 years. Now look, if you've not seen that screen that he shows, You need to have it. Has everybody got that screen, or would you like me to send it out? Yeah, with that information, do you not think that's powerful when talking to someone? I think it's crazy. People are struggling out there. So look, guys, that was some really, really simple stuff, wasn't it? Yeah. How do you grumble? Can you remember how to grumble? How to get them grumbling? Just say to them, is it just me? Or have you noticed how everything seems to be going up in the shops? Is that good? Yeah. Right, guys, would you unmute yourselves? Because I'd like a few questions, because I've done something really, really simple. Yes, I will, Fran. You can unmute yourselves, guys, all right? Because I did see that there was some stuff here. Someone's got Hannah.
Thank you.
Apparently, I may be green. All right. Well, do you know what it is? It's just that some people are really analytical. I mean, can you imagine getting really upset because one question was put wrong
Need to get
on,
one.
on a bit of fun, a quiz, you know? I mean, what was the actual winning prize? I think it was a bag of chocolates. I don't, do you know what? I think I would say I think I would copy Jim Rowe and say, don't take that class. Right. Now look, we had a watch party here on Saturday. Steve and Val were here actually, and we had a lot of fun. It was very good. And I've got I've got a prize for the ones that came to me. And you know, it's still there, guys. It's a couple of days have ticked over. We've had Sunday, Monday. We're nearly at the end of Tuesday. You've got 4 days to get this in. Come on, because I've given you some great ideas and you've heard this stuff before. Do you know what? I know you've heard it, but I know, like everybody, that what it is you don't really actively listen. Listen, do you know it's an anagram of the word silent? Ooh. Also, it's an anagram of the word enlist. Fancy that. So if you're listening, it's a really active thing, because listening, they say we have two ears and one mouth, but we don't use it that way. All right. So what Steve's saying, what I'm saying, and what I've learned over the years, and I'll be honest with you, I think this might have taken me 15 years to really cotton on to. Please don't take that long. I think I was having a blonde moment for many years. But I used to what I call verbally diarrhea over people. But what I've learned from the leaders is listen more, hear the grumbles, and then offer them something that they'll go, oh, they'll resonate with. We call it building rapport, don't we? Big Al says make a good statement that they think, oh yeah, and then offer them something of a bit of a solution where you can make contact. And that's the key to this. Do you know it is that simple? That is all this business is about. That is the main thing. It's that simple, but I think we complicate it. Yeah. Um, Steve was on about that sometimes, and I think I've heard someone else say this. You've been somewhere, I know what it was. Claire Hingott, wasn't it? Saying things like, you're building yourself up inside. You know it's a time to prospect, but you're just so like, oh, I don't know what to say. And actually, do you know what? You can't say the wrong thing to the right person. Did you know that? That's really, really true. When I met Mr. Rob Barras, I didn't know that he was giving me a perfect script. I thought he was being natural. Do you know why? Because he'd learnt the script off by heart. There's a clue there. Do you think there's a few scripts I know off by heart now? Yeah. He actually pulled out a tape from his pocket and he did what I call the Columbo moment when he went, "Oh, excuse me." He said, "You're a professional lady, Lisa. Would you do me a favour?" And he got the tape and he said, I'd like you to listen to this. And I said, "Oh, what's it all about?" Funny that. That's what most people say, don't they? And he said, "Well, he's he said to me, this is going to give me my fortune, but working here just pays the bills." And I remember thinking, wow, I better listen to that. Absolutely true. I'll tell you. And I looked at it and it said the guide to prosperous living. And I remember thinking, oh, I'm listening to that one then. Now, did he say to me, did he verbally diarrhea? Did he tell me, oh, well, it's an amazing discount club where you get money back on your everyday spending and I can save you money on your gas, I can save you money on electric. In those days, it was only the phone calls. There's 16 tariffs on the mobile. I'm sure I can find one that's just right for you. No, he didn't. And I think that's the problem. I think we just want to tell them too much. Yeah. So if we can master the art, oh, I was going to say of being simple, you know what I mean. But if we can master the art of simplicity, I actually think it will roll off your tongue. You'll be so confident because you're skilled that I also believe that confidence, it just kind of rolls off you onto other people. And your team will start to have confidence. Oh, crikey, it's that simple. I can do it.
Don't you think, Lisa, that sometimes we think we say too much because we think we need to justify what we're saying?
Oh, absolutely. Especially when they throw what we call a curveball. I actually had somebody ask me the other day, "Oh, is that a pyramid scheme?" And I thought, wow, I've not heard that one in a while. What do you think I answered? Shall I tell you what I did? I did what I've been taught. I said, "Do you know what a pyramid scheme is?" Throw it back. Do you know, they haven't got a flipping clue. It's just one of those things they hear, isn't it? Yeah. And I turned round to them and I said, well, I said, I think I used to be in the biggest pyramid that there ever was. And they said, oh, what's that? I said, oh, I was in the police force. I said, you know, you've got a chief constable, two ACCs, you have chief inspectors, inspectors, sergeants, and then you have all the plebs. I said, that's a pyramid. And they looked at me, they went, oh, don't be ridiculous. I said, but it is, isn't it? And they went, oh. And I said, the worst thing about it was, in order to go up the ranks, someone's either got to leave, they got to be made redundant, or maybe die. And this we don't, do we? Anyone can go to any level without actually treading on anybody else. So I think a lot of it is we've just got to learn a few simple little things. And that's why I wanted to talk about this, because I know on my heart that the reason that more doesn't happen is because we're more afraid to speak it. So I've got to do this now. I'm getting all excited inside. Here's my challenge to you. This week, ladies and gentlemen, when you're out and about, if you're in the shopping queue, is it Tesco's, Waitrose, Aldi's? I don't know, whichever. I dare you, come on, say to someone, look at them and go, is it just me? Or do you notice how everything's going up? Yeah? Are you going to do it? Have I got a buy-in? Yeah? I'd love to hear what happens. Okay? Because I honestly believe you'll get all these people grumbling. Yeah? Right, guys, was that helpful?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was it what you expected or is it boring?
No, it's good.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, look, we better close it off. We'll keep it short and sweet. I will take out the beginning because here I am now these days recording it all the time. And we'll get it out and I will put those little things out with it.
Thanks.
Those little slides. And see you all next week, same time, same place. Super cool.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Thanks.
sir.
Bye.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Bye.